Oui, oui. Comment ça va? We're here. Back. Streaming. With this head chopping game. I have no idea what it's about, but this probably has something to do with the French Revolution. I assume. Because there's Lady Liberty there, cutting her own head, and Justice being above. Oh no, it's not Lady Liberty. It's which is the blind goddess? Is it the goddess of justice or vengeance? I don't remember. Might be of justice. Anywho, let's make a new profile. Fiction. Survival. Survival is a variant of the main game focusing on court trials in which the goal is to keep the main character alive. Jesus. This is the description for the fiction mode. What description? There is no description here, game. Profile? Sure. Next. Read the revolution. Start. See what's about.
Father. I am here. Do you hear me? I gave you the best I could. Why did you disown me? I have your blood in my veins. How could you? Do I mean nothing to you? Why did you grieve for him? He was nothing. I am better than he was. People will follow in my footsteps. Father.
Got a guillotine? I think that might be a symbol for the guillotine. Humane head chopping device. Used all the way up to 1970 in 1970s in France. Okay. Roland. Remind me next time that I want to stop drinking this cloudy rug gut. Remind me before I drink it. Well, we're disgracing Themis. Someone coming. Is that the goddess of justice? Themis? This was bound to happen. I told you. Papa, you said we would go. We promised. Papa had a lot of work. Yes, a lot of heavy glasses. You promised me. I can't anymore. I'm fed up with asking. Mama's angry because... Quiet. Today your favorite son wanted to prove he was more honorable than his father. So he started a fight. A 5-year-old boy. For God's sake. He has a favorite son. Our neighbors wanted you to explain that to them, but well, you were fighting for justice in an inn. Damn you, you bloody drunk. Mother. So it's father and son. Documents and letters. Drag and drop documents to manage their layout. Click to display their content. Events. React to events. Ignore them. They have severe consequences. Okay, oh, these things. Oops. I clicked and it rushed. Okay, options, whatever. Hierarchy, review the current balance of power in Paris and your position therein. Intrigues are a complex conflict between you and other political player. A defeat may turn out to be a disaster for you. Okay, influence points. Main currency in the game, you use them wisely. Pay close attention to the changes in your influence and relations with the factions. Okay, global modifiers. Some of your decisions and challenges in the world of the game may cause global modifiers to come into action. These factors affect your relationship, reputation, and influence. You can review them in the notebook. Okay, so what was this? News. Make your decision. Each action you may require a different number of influence points and may have different chances of success. Consider them carefully. Neighborhood gossip. Your addictions are no longer a secret. The fact that other children are bullying your son because of them is a minor problem. But who is spreading those rumors? Is it likely to be one of their parents? They could have whispered into the children's ears whom they shouldn't play with and why. They might even have spiced up the story with a lie. But who will hear it next? Okay. So I can intimidate the parents and talk eye to eye. That costs me all the influence points I have, which is free. So let's do the first one. Let's talk eye to -1 influence points. What was the thing? What was this? The notebook. Relations. Negative relations with factions mean negative consequences for you. The fervor in Paris is rising. Reputation. Reputation impacts everything in the world of the game. Factions, family relations, the audience attitude, the fervor in the sections, and even the ability to persuade other characters. Sections taken over. You have a set amount of influence points per day. In the future, you will be able to increase this limit. 3. Death penalty, prison, quitting. No global modifiers affect your situation at this time. My relation with the common folk is medium. My relation with the revolutionaries is medium. My reputation is 1. Okay. What are these? Events. Neighbors gossip and this. Friends and family. My wife. Okay. Should we read all these? Voilà. Matilde Fidele. Although that might be more Spanish. Fidele. Born in Paris, she's never been outside the city, a woman seen by many as a perfect wife. She takes care of the household and the children, and looks after the husband's elderly father. She doesn't show it outright, but she's determined to protect her children at all costs. They are perhaps more important to her than you. Who's Bernard? Bernard is my eldest son. And not even my favorite, because my youngest, I think, is my favorite. Slender and handsome young man, the weight of current developments in France is slowly dawning on him. Intriguing a revolutionary zeal in his heart, he thinks that the revolutionary judges should only be appointed from the lower classes of society, because only such people can be considered untamed and able to work towards common interest, not only their personal gain. His gullibility is more dangerous than Frederick's, and his actions can carry the same weight as an adult's. People who excel in manipulating young and weak-wielded minds may take advantage of his alacrity. He is a fledgling, yet talented fiddler. So was Nero. He fiddled while Rome burned. What about Frederick? Frederick is naive and innocent, which is completely normal for a boy his age. He idolizes you and wants to be just like you. Even he occasionally disobeys his mother. He carries out his father's will to the letter. His favorite toy is a wooden sword that he always carries by his side. In his imagination, he fights against villains just like his father does in real life. He likes to carve small wooden figurines. Okay, and the last guy? Oh, this is me, I suppose. Aldrich Fidele? Once a moderately well-off merchant, today a bitter old man left... Oh, or my father, perhaps. Yes. With nothing but feverish visions of impossible vengeance against the Renaud family, who once deprived him of his dreams. For several years he was able to adequately provide for his family, but to give to his children the same standard of living as they used to enjoy. Since you secured your new position at court, your family once again is able to live a fairly acceptable life, and your father again began dreaming of returning to his former trade. However, Aldrich has grown too old and too tired to revive his long-lost career. Instead of enjoying the prestige and wealth of the Fidelli family, he has to bear witness to the Renault family's rise. I hate them already. They deserve to die. Off with their heads. And Raymond, a man who has lived enough to fully realize that justice isn't always the right answer. In his line of work in these troubled times, the only thing that matters is survival instinct. At times, it must go against the interests of other people. A man with such a mindset knows that one must keep an open ear in both parlors and in the back alleys. The blind Themis appears to him as a bedside fable, fit as best for novice law student. Perhaps he perceives too many shades of grey morality to remain an effective judge. So Themis here is the goddess of justice. I could look it up. Why not? Divine order, fairness, law, and custom. Scales of justice. Okay. So she is. Wonder what's the... She is one of the 12 Titan children of Gaia and Uranus, and a second wife of Zeus. Really? He divorces Hera? She is the goddess and personification. Oh yes, we read this. She is associated with oracles, prophecies, including the Oracle of Delphi. So she's a Titan. Interesting. Divine law. What she is. Not that we'll have anything with that. Sure. Okay. Case file. To Judge Alexis Fidele. We have not expected this kind of behavior from your son, although apparently we should have. Innocent children play into an assault on our children. The young one, Antoine, now has a chipped front tooth. We hope that you will punish your child accordingly. Should the situation repeat itself, we will react more decisively. I am sure we can deal with a gambler and a drunkard, and even if he is a judge, we will not let our children be hurt. Oh, so these are the facts. Chances. While linking lines of inquiry in categories, you may make a limited number of mistakes. If you make too many mistakes, the whole system will become locked. Traps. Some cases may contain traps. Read through the files thoroughly to find the lines of inquiry that are irrelevant. So... what the hell should I do here? Hold on. Questions. Question, information, and influence the judge's attitude by questioning the defendant. Unlock questions. To ask questions, you must first unlock them in the inquiry linking menu. Begin the jury's good grace. Being in the jury's good graces allows you to find out which way they will sway after you have asked a question. Okay. Unlock questions. So that was okay? Extenuating circumstances, children's play. Undiscovered. Okay. There is a trap. No idea what I'm doing. There is one more. That was a trap. The possibility of retreating in course of events. That was the question. Fiddly. How did your play turn into a fight? Our neighbors, Antoine and Jean, they were saying mean things about you. We were playing guards, and they asked me to pretend to be a drunkard, whom they would, you know. You were fighting them both at once. I had to. Hierarchy. Idele, a judge of the Revolutionary Tribunal, generally considered a drunkard and a gambler. Protégé of Raymond de Vouillé, who introduced him to the world of law and regulation. In private, he is an unremarkable character, so I guess this is me. And we will find who is at the top of this thing. What exactly were they saying? Are you too drunk to guess? Not asking you. They were yelling that you are, well, I told them that it's not true. And then they started calling me names. They called me a drunkard's son. Who started the fight? Can't tell you who ended it. I think it was me. I kicked the one on the left, and then wanted to get to the one on the right, but they ended it. They knocked me down to the ground and paid me back for hitting them. Did you really break Antoine's tooth? Frederick is just a child. I don't know, I don't think so. Did you hit him in the face? I think I kicked him, but not that hard. Still don't exactly get this one. Okay, we got the questions. What is there? Oh, this. Punishment. Make the most important decision. Condemn the defendant or deem them not guilty. Sign the document to legitimize your verdict. Find the defendant not guilty. You did well. A man has to defend the honor of his family, no matter what. Those children are so small. They already know the truth. The father of my children is a lying drunkard and a gambler. Bernard used to worship you, but he soon grew up. Now it is Frederick's turn to learn the truth that echoes in the streets. And you, Raymond? Are you supposed to be my husband's mentor? Is this what you wanted to teach him? How to repeat your mistakes and lose his family? I was unaware Mathilde had such a temper. As was I. We will wait outside. It's one of those games. Lots of reading.
Perry.
Liberté!
We were enchanted by the idea of freedom. We could not resist it. Whole families took to the streets. France was never so happy. We were enchanted by the idea of freedom.
Hanging someone in the streets somehow equates to freedom. Liberté. The next one is going to be égalité. Expected sequence. Find out which verdict is expected by the factions and your close ones. Ooh, interesting. Common folk and the revolutionary expect prisons. Nobody expects acquittal. Interesting. The jury has not revealed its verdict yet. The father had a rare episode of foolishness when he decided to stand up to someone stronger, threatening him with a fist and showing his children they were safe by his side. What? -2 reputation? Is this me? He did not listen to your arguments. Furthermore, he gave a precise description of where you can shove them. Okay, no. Yes. Was this the result of the gossip that I needed to talk to the guy? Oh, yes. Okay. He told me to shove it. Protocol. Review the trial's records. Oh, this is after the thing. Okay. Jean Renaud, the 45-year-old innkeeper, has been charged with fraud. He is accused of diluting alcohol in his tavern, tricking his clients into paying extra. Yeah, that's what they do in a bar. Every goddamn bar. Guests come with their minds set on a specific goal, getting roaring drunk, but instead of staggering out after drinking 2 pitchers of wine or several pints of beer, they would sit in the inn until morning, still sober and completely penniless. The innkeeper's fraud came to light when one of the customers discovered the scam and caught the cheater in the act. The man entered the host's cellar and witnessed him diluting the alcohol in the barrels with ordinary water. As a result, customers received only 4 parts of what they paid for 1 part. What? They received only 4 parts of what they paid for and 1 part from the water carrier. So 1/5 water is not so bad. I've known cases which was a bit worse than that, almost towards 50%. Terrible dilution. But you know, you dilute them when they're already drunk. You dilute them more in the late hours. Diluting alcohol is the method. There is a trap here as well. Adding, exposing the innkeeper, witnesses. Yes. So one of these is a trap. Adding water is the method. Yes. Then the innkeeper is the motive? No. Drunken. Maybe this is the motive? Yes. Let's ask him some questions. In difficult times like these, people are seek peace in the bottom of a glass. Please introduce yourself. My name is Jean Renaud, Monsieur le Juge. Nothing but a fraud. Jury. Systematically opposing the opinion of the jury may lead to serious consequences. So the jury thinks he's a fraud. How long have you been involved in illegal practice of diluting alcohol? It's not a legal practice, everyone adds a bit. In your case, it was a bit of wine in the water, not the other way around. A fifth, though, come on. A few weeks at most. It's been hard to earn living lately. I used to run an honest business. Pure wine was overspilling the glasses. Is there a proof to support your statement? He lied to his customers. No reason he wouldn't lie in court. They're still towards this thing, but they're going to go. Influence the jury's opinion. I can influence their opinion with the questions that I take. Interesting. Please call in Thomas Leclerc. Please introduce yourself. I am a regular. How do you catch Mr. Renault in the act of diluting wine in water? How did you catch him? I was having one drink after another, so I had to, Monsieur le Judge. I know. He had to take a pee. He peed. Probably through his penis. So it happened that one time I got lost, and instead of, I ended up in the cellar, but I saw Renault adding water to the barrels. If you got lost, that means you were drunk. They want him locked up. How did you feel about trickery? Do your clients drink a lot? No. Regulars drink a lot. So you've been selling plenty of wine. Quite a lot, yes. And yet you have been paying taxes on the amount of wine you have bought. Not the amount of wine you've been selling, correct? I don't understand. I kind of get it. But you pay taxes on the wine you sell as well. I mean, right now. I don't know, in revolutionary France. You've been paying taxes on 4 wine barrels, but adding a quarter of water to each have actually made the money for selling 5 barrels of wine. That is one way of putting it. Perhaps it is correct. I'm not too good with numbers. You're not too good with numbers, yet good enough to have calculated that fraud pays off. I wasn't aware. I'll take your answer into account. The judge exposes the bastard. That means he grew a bit there. How do you feel? Can I stop the questions? I guess I can. I don't need to put all the questions. How did you feel about picking weary citizens? Terrible, all I wanted was to keep my business afloat. Others don't mess around for sure. Not diluting would be the end of me. So you decided to commit fraud as to not lose money. I mean, doesn't he pay taxes for... I mean, that's added value tax. Whenever you have a drink at the bar, he's adding value to the thing. He should be paying more, unless they don't have that in revolutionary France. If I lost my tavern, my family would starve to death. You have children? I do. 1 son, 2 daughters. Time to start saving up for the dowry. Then why don't you send them to work, idiot? Well, we didn't like that. No more questions. The report. Oh, this is the... what we talked. Okay. Choose a verdict to see its influence on the faction. They both like that. They both hate that. The jury votes in favor of incarcerating the defendant. They find the punishment sufficient. Interesting. So there are a couple of things to consider. The judges, the jury, which I don't know why they wouldn't. Why doesn't the jury lay the verdict? Yeah? Why am I able to put acquittal here? Then there is these assholes, which will probably get me killed. Okay, prison it is. Let your children starve. I didn't think it was that bad, though. Huzzah! Long live pure wine! Influence the jury. I did not influence the jury. My reputation is -1. Oh, because of that, yeah, okay. Moving on. After a trial, click to move on to the next. Okay. There are notifications here. New cycle gave me more stuff. Neighborhood gossip. Okay, let's move on. Jacques-Louis David. May I remind you that you promised to join me? I have a feeling that tonight's moon favors gamblers. Though it doesn't favor spouses. God should grace us with wives who understand the importance of an evening game of dice. They should also know that the right amount of wine guarantees a lucky roll. Should go home. Bring a judge to the game has benefits. Other players will surely not cheat. That's not a strong argument. My name is Jacques-Louis David, but I am a humbler painter, not a silver-tongued judge. You are a sly politician, Jacques. Interesting. As a politician, I understand the importance of keeping promises, and you, my friend, are trying to get out of yours. All right, only for a short time. Let's go have a gamble. We're drunk? Why not? Wife doesn't like that.
The moon favors gamblers.
Late evening, the judge's house. What? You can berate me, as you always do. Frederick sometimes imagines you as a deep-sea sailor. He dreamt that you visit distant countries, have wonderful adventures, and one day you'll return and tell us all about them. But all I see is a man in a lifeboat, and one of your oars is broken. A furious storm churns up huge waves that are fated to devour you, and I'm standing on the edge of a cliff holding a makeshift lamp. Your children have already forgotten about you. They are far, far away. Your father died of old age. Your drinking companions now play cards with new friends. But not you. No, I am still standing on the shore, hoping that your boat does not sink. That vision is not so distant either. Your sons are still young, but the storm has already begun. If you do not turn around now. Good night. Before the storm creates the highest wave, you have to bow before it, alone. It will force you to become meek, and nobody will be there to see it. Family actions. Upon returning home, you can decide how you would like to spend the rest of the day. Various actions. Each action will affect the other members of the family as well as their attitude towards you. Each character's attitude can provide you with or deprive you of certain bonuses. Reputation and relations with the factions. Your youngest son is special. His attitude makes the other family members like you slightly more. Take good care of him. Locked action. After various important events, you may find yourself with an action forced upon you. On this day, you may become the victim of your own decisions. You cannot change this action. Gambling in the moonlight. Influence the people. Influence the revolutionaries. Influence on reputation. Influence on family. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. So if I wouldn't have gone to the thing, I could have chosen something else and influenced these dudes. So this guy is a populist, this guy is a revolutionary. She sways the reputation of the family, and this guy influences the other three. Very interesting. What? Is there anything I can do? I don't think so. Oh, that thing lowered. Okay. The kid's love for me lowered. Today the people of Paris commemorate Jacques Guillaume Sinoumeau, mayor of Étampes. He was lynched by a furious mob for performing his duties to France. This march shall symbolize the unity of our society and the hope that the most violent stage of the revolution is past us. Let us make sure that no other loyal servant of France becomes a victim of such hatred ever again. King Louis? Oh, that's not good. The revolution is not. Clicky, clicky. Simonin was a good, loyal officer. Those bastards lynched him for observing the law. Will you join me in the march? This will probably have... If I join him... no, let's not join him. I'm more interested in the living, even though I do agree with Simon's death was horrible. I wonder why the king has taken the trouble to show up. Louis marching arm in arm with the people of Paris. That is unexpected. King Louis, what? Continue, please. I'm merely an observer. Do not change your habits for me. The king is here? I heard a thing or two about a young and ambitious judge of the tribunal. I was curious whether he is guided by justice or entertainment, as some would say. The king showed up. Influence points free. Oh, but they don't add up and they get lost. Just like John Wick's money after the day. Interesting. So I could have put thugs on that guy. Now things are being separated. Interesting. Let's see the gossip. In this city, only the dead are free of addiction. What do you care about people's idle gossip? This is the effect of the last one we did. Although hiring thugs, I don't think that would have been a good decision either. Poor Papa. Bernard. I have one guy in prison. Georges Danton, attorney himself, he knows the law as well as the tribunal judges. This fact is considered by many to be the only thing keeping him alive in the light of numerous accusations of corruption and treason against him. Even more important, however, his ability to deliver fiery speeches that result in the dismissal of all potential charges. His rivalry with Robespierre has become a talk of the town, and their official relations are often referred as to harsh friendship. Ah, Mr. Robespierre. He will not end up very well either. Matteo Burel, the aging commander of the National Guard. He has been seen enough to not put trust in the ordinary people, even if they are able to start a revolution. Okay. Compiled by Nathan Besira. Burglary and theft. The defender is Oliver Mugler, a locksmith who is famous among Parisian burglars as an expert on unopenable locks. Last month he was commissioned by the owners of the Parisian glassworks to construct locks for ornate chests for valuables, presumably as gifts for their wives. The craftsman praised his latest creation as a theft-proof. Shortly following their completion, the industrialist houses were hit by a series of burglaries committed by a recent newcomer to Paris, Hector Vian. The thief from Orléans was caught in the act and shot by Ferdinand Salan. An expensive Turgot map of Paris with the houses of the recently robbed industrialists marked on it was found on the deceased. Surprisingly, Salan was given Mugler's as an identical map as advance payment. Oh. This deposit was in addition to the agreed remuneration from all the employers. So an expensive map with the houses. Oh. So the guy that was shot? What the hell is Salan? So Mugger is the locksmith. Oh, the owners of the glassworks. Okay, okay. So the owners of the glassworks gave him a expensive map as a remuneration. He probably gave it to the dude. Okay. Anything else? Why is this one of two? Oh. Okay. Further investigating information has come from the owner of the Ginger Marot Inn. She recalled that on one night preceding the burglary, the locksmith met there with a man she did not recognize. Based on her description, we were able to identify him as the aforementioned Hector Bion. The man allegedly engaged in an evening of drinking sponsored by Mugler. Evidence: a map of Paris found on the sky. And I guess I can influence the dudes. Drunken evening. Marks on the map. Famous thief. Series of burglaries. This should be a course of events. Lock construction. Map of Paris. Evidence. Marks on the map. Accusation. I guess this should be his personality. Yes. I can pick another one for him. There I am. Famous thief. Extenuating circumstances. It was not correct. Locksmith construction. This is extenuating circumstances. It is not. Then it is evidence. It is not. Course of events. Okay. Terrible. Can't make any more mistakes. Evidence? Okay. Can put another question from this guy. Drunken events. Course of events. Okay. I have one more question. This one is extenuating circumstances? All questions unlocked. Well, that was lucky. So I guess doing them in an order helps. Okay. Robbing the bourgeoisie is no crime. According to the case file, you are Citizen Olivier Mugler, is that correct? Indeed it is. May I have a request? I'd like to sit down. I'm an old man, you see. Basic respect for the judiciary requirements that you remain standing. Do the names Salin, Roux, Day, and Roux mean anything to you? Why are you so determined to harass an old man? Hey man, I would have let him sit down. They didn't let me. Oh, and the king is there as well. They sound like the deaths of my debtors. The names of my debtors. Debtors? They are the victims of activities you conducted. I mean locksmithing. But I didn't pick any of these. But yeah. Oh, I get it. Okay. So we have some questions that we can push towards a release. You can influence the crowd with what this is how you... The king is here though. Okay. Ooh, we found some dudes. Oh, the head honcho, Robespierre himself. May his neck be forever. Owing to his passionate devotion to the revolution cause, he is widely considered to be incorruptible, the incorruptible, as the leader of radical Jacobins. He preserves order in the National Convention with an iron fist. If need be, terror. Undeniably the most powerful man in Paris in the age of the Revolution. As yet, none have dared defy him. Oh, his head will roll, for sure. These are some dudes at my own level. Ah, David, an artist and politician. His paintings often refer to the revolution. When it comes to his political career, he is an efficient deputy of the convention. These two areas of his life are blending together, and feeding back on themselves. For example, when he led the closure of the Académie Française, the same institution that had rejected him for many years, he is a longtime friend of Judge Fidele, my friend. I went gambling with him. The aging commander of the National Guard, he has seen... Oh, yes. He doesn't trust the people. Mr. Burrell. So, I've seen the hierarchy, yes. I'm curious to see how am I with the dudes. I'm at 3 with both of them. This is where you can pick. This is where you can pick. The jury has not revealed his verdict yet. Since we have only 2 of these, let's go with these and see if we can free him. Do you recognize this man? I do not recall seeing it before. Ferdinand Salam claims that he gave it to you as an advance payment for your services. He claims what? That wicked wretch of a second-rate merchant. He gave me a scrap of paper as payment for making those 3 locks, and says it's supposed to be worth more than the 3,000 francs he owes me. So did he give you a map or nay? An honest laborer is being judged while frauds remained at large. Silence, though, so this map does belong to you. It doesn't. So where is the map that you received from Citizen Salam? Citizen? I lost it. But it wasn't even worth a loaf of bread, so I surely won't shed a tear. But if you have it, maybe you stole it from me. You better make a note that Olivier Mugler demands remuneration from Rude, Raw, and Salam. Let's say with the other one. How much did you charge for your service? 3,000 francs. Tidy sum, that is. If you were a master locksmith, that charge that much too. Oh, if you were a master locksmith, you'd charge that much too. They're still not decided. That is quite a substantial fee, indeed. That's how much it costs to have high-quality locks made by a master with nearly 50 years of experience. Those bastards never paid me a franc. The bastards? The victims never paid you an amount? That's the agreed amount. I'm sorry. Here. Not a franc. I'd beat that money right out of them, but I'm too old. And now the jury wants to free him. I don't know what these things do, but these ones would influence the dude. So these, I guess, could go either way. Interesting. Okay, rumor has it that you are one of the best locksmiths in Paris. I should deny it for modesty's sake, but I will not. That cannot be true, though, as a random thief from Orléans was easily able to open your locks. Well, that must have been one of the best thieves in Orléans. Let's be serious, monsieur le judge. Every lock can be picked with the right talents, even my locks. Okay. Did you give Hector Vivian the map? I gave nothing to Achilles, Hector, or any other Greeks. Haha. Call in the witnesses. Jean Rude in the flesh. You will not speak unless called upon. Naturally, of course. What went missing during the burglary? My house was the first one to be robbed, and in my case it was mostly valuables. At Rue's house, he will not say it himself, I did not want to go to prison. And I don't want to go to prison. It was the letters he had exchanged over the years with King Louis. Oh. Oh. This is why the king is here. Damn monarchists. Salan did not lose a thing. He shot that vermin in the act. That's what he said. What happened to the items that he had stolen? That remains unknown. According to Salan, Hector had nothing with him. Ferdinand suspects that he had hidden the other valuables somewhere. Did he hid the other items before robbing the last house? Strange. You look upset. What are you afraid of? The king is here. I'd be afraid of that. Advance payment in form of a map, its disappearance, the murder of a burglar, and the lack payment of services. It all makes for a rather strange story, a suspicious one too. I do not... What are you mumbling? If I say something, will I be free? You know something. Please testify what you know immediately. The map was Salan's idea. He told the thief about the advance payment he gave the locksmith, and proposed that Hector steal it. And he did. Indeed. But when the bastard robbed us, later we were forced by Salan not to pay the locksmith because he sent the thief after us. And that's when it all went down the drain. Would this guy have a motive for lying? So the bastard robbed us. Later, we were forced by Salan not to pay the locksmith because he sent a thief after us. This doesn't really make that much sense. How were they forced by him not to pay the locksmith because he sent a thief after them? There's the bourgeoisie for you. He fooled them all in one fell swoop. It sounds like Citizen Salan had everything planned. However, there is no evidence to support the claim. Perhaps it is Citizen Rude who is plotting against his partner and wants to frame him. And Vivien is dead, so he will not be able to shed a light on any of this. If I was younger, I'd give that Salan a drubbing. That pig, that good-for-nothing lying bastard. Please restrain yourself. The testimony of the witness is still not evidence, neither of the Citizen Salan's guilt, nor your innocence. Oh, they really want to free him now. Did you tell Hector Vivien how to open? No. Did you know him? This is like... This implies the other one. Let me see. I understand what you're implying, but consider this. If he sold the secrets of my locks, then my business will be over. Word spread amongst thieves. Did you know him? First time I heard the name. That's interesting, as you were seen draining several bottles of wine together at the Ginger Margot Inn. Is that a crime? No, but the question is, why are you denying it now? Was your drinking spree just a deception for discussing a burglary? Nobody I had a drink with introduced themselves as Hector. I did not plan any heist with Hector, Victor, or Hugo. Victor Hugo. I am a locksmith, and I earn good money from it. Burglars are vagrants without a job. This thing went up a little bit. He will deny this, the marking. Okay, we can ask. Were you the one who marked the addresses of the 3 dudes on the map? I did not mark anything. The houses of your clients are marked on the map. I do not know who marked them. Maybe you should talk to the person you found the map on. Maybe the court made the marks and has no memory of doing so. Do you not think there are too many coincidences in your stories? You obtain the map, but you lose it. Then it is found on a thief who has robbed your clients. I know nothing of coincidences. I only make locks. I don't think the last one will push to the guilty, so let's ask it. You're commissioned by the victims to make chest locks. Who installed them? It was me, naturally. All in agreement with the contract. My job was to prepare and install the locks, and the employer was only to come and see whether the work was completed and pay. The installation carried out at your shop. No, on site, at a client's property. None of those idlers bothered to deliver the trunks to my workshop, so I had to strain my old legs. But does that mean you knew the addresses of the victims? How else would I get there? Blindfolded? On a wagon? Yeah. Interesting. If we quit, the revolutionaries don't like that. What the common folk do? Risk of death. Risk of being removed from office. Oh. Reputation bonus, reputation bonus. I don't know if getting removed from office is as bad as being killed by the people. Oh. It is acquittal. The jury wants this as well. Wonder what happens if I go against the jury. It's not guilty. Bravo, Mugler. Away with the bourgeoisie. To be honest, this does bear the marks of social justice. They would not pay him, so he had them robbed. There is balance here. Oh, the guy that doesn't really care about justice just wants the things to be right. Reputation -4. Let's move on.
King Louis XVI. There were people who truly loved him. He reminded the French they had noble ancestors. Do not be manipulated by people who are not bearing the burden of responsibility. This saddened me. Someone had advised him to say that. Someone who was well aware of the cold, inevitable wind of change. I did not pity the king, but those who will come after him, as they will not have great ancestors.
It's fine. After he dies... what is it? Napoleon? Then, like another republic. Then, his nephew, right? Napoleon III is his nephew. And after that, the republic again. With such solemn demonstration, change anything. Next time a desperate soul decides to stone a public officer for observing the law, they will remember their presence at this march. Will a starving man feed himself on the memoirs of Jacques Guillaume Simeon, mayor of Étampes? I would rather not be nearby to witness that. The effects. Common folk endorsements, revolutionary endorsements is -2. Because I didn't go. I knew that with the influence stuff. Your son is rather good with the viola. He is both talented and enthusiastic. I would rather prefer that he has a enthusiastic about the law books I gave him. Oh. Maybe his destiny is to become an artist, not a lawyer. Mother likes to hear me playing. There is nothing more boring than law. See? He would rather see his career rely on the humors of the people. There are many ways to rescue France, believe me. Our country desperately needs something to ennoble it. The power is in the hands of the simple, illiterate people. Let him rescue their souls with music. Better than boring laws and clauses. See what you're doing? You're spoiling my child. I do not have any of my own children to spoil, so I'm focusing on yours. Speaking of which, oh no, no, no. Political debate would raise these lines. Paragraphs and codes. Would influence all of these three. Okay. Evening with grandfather. These three without the mother. Reading together. There's nothing quite like sitting with your family and a good book next to a warm fire, even though some may think it is dull. Damn. It's like watching a movie with your family, the old ways, reading a book together. I'm never going to live with that. That will never happen in today, ever. Days. We may socialize with a movie, though. A book and some music. I used to listen to music with my grandpa. Dude, our family would come and we would all listen at an old pickup. That would like spark discussions and stuff. Which is nice. Let us read. Ooh, he didn't like that. She liked it. The kid liked it. Oh, so that means it when they're lighted up, not that it's positive influence, that it's an influence. Good or bad?
That is our new symbol of freedom. You can still smell the fresh wood.
Do you feel free looking at it?
Individuals like us do not need symbols, but France does. Did you hear the news of the day? People are running around like headless chickens and yelling about Louis and his entourage escaping Paris.
So, we will not be enjoying the aroma of fresh wood for long.
Monuments like that are not installed solely for the purpose of punishing thieves or lesser aristocrats.
Do you think it wants to taste royal blood?
Louis's flight was a stupid move, yet it seems it was planned. One of us will sacrifice him. That is, if they catch him.
Is that why Louis visited us at the court? To manipulate us?
Maybe deep in his heart he felt what the builders of the guillotine did. That someone has to be exposed as a traitor, even if there is none.
Interesting. His fate is sealed, but ours isn't. Welcome, citizens fidèles. My name is Antoine Quirin Fauquier de Tinville. Jesus, that's quite a mouthful. You can call me Bob. I'm the public prosecutor that has been assigned to assist at every tribunal trial starting today. Okay, prosecutor. I should warn you that I am uncompromising, although I hope that we quickly find common grounds. In happier news, the construction of the guillotine has been finished. We may begin using it today. Okay, I get a prosecutor, but doesn't the defense need a... The defense should have a lawyer as well. Yes, we have seen it. King is gone, treason, etc. Robespierre. Ooh. I can put him to the guillotine. Nobody would like that. Or I can free him. And everybody would like that. Interesting. My reputation is going down the toilet. Let us see the case. There are like 3, no, only 2 things. Okay. Rape and burglary. Jean Hébert, the famous street urchin who killed the governor of Bastille, Delaunay, and carried his head on a pike, has recently been detained. After the triumph of the revolution, he reached the nadir of his life. Though many people still consider him a hero, they do not care that the Parisian archives are filled with complaints about thefts, robberies, and assaults on women. The current case is much graver. Is Hébert or is it Jabert? No. It's Hébert, right? Hébert is accused of raping a 16-year-old Elodie de Pombamba. The charges were brought by the victim's father, Baron Thomas de Pombal. It is widely known that Pontolba, every time I'm going to say something different, was a relative and a friend of the governor of Launay. The crime allegedly took place in the tenement belonging to the victim's family. Jean was detained by people working outside while trying to escape the building. Elodie gave a written statement saying that the incident took place on a holiday. And Jean used the absence of the Baron and most of the servants to break in the tenement, and once he was inside, he entered her room and raped her. The incident was witnessed by Anne Michel, Elodie's governess. It was she who alarmed the workers about disturbing noises coming from her charges room. A number of witnesses felt obliged to inform us that Anne Michel is known for her psychotic jealousy and her numerous romances with the people of France. Anne Michel? Oh, the witness. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there's more. So that is the case file. The second thing is Anne Michel's testimony. Usually in the mornings, Miss Elodie and I read. However, the chief had that day off, so I was preparing tea. Then I heard her scream. I ran to her room. Stopped when I heard a male voice. I was scared and asked for help. Okay. There's even a trap there. The results of the medical examination. So I guess the trap means one of the things is no bueno. The examination revealed the following: defloration, minor attrition of the genital area, bruising and hemorrhaging of the arm, spine, and face. Hemorrhaging of the spine? Bruising, I guess. These people want this guy to go free? Maybe he didn't do it. He also has the revolutionary. We are with you, Jean. Okay. Please introduce yourself. I am Jean Hébert, the conqueror of Bastille and the vanquisher of the tyrant of Launay, the hero of all Parisians. You're accused of raping Miss Elodie, daughter of the Baron, yes. Would you plead guilty? I do not plead anything. The bourgeoisie and her counter-revolutionary father are filthy liars. We need to bear in mind the possibility of criminal collusion in the charges. That's right. Those rich swines love their machinations. The evidence speaks against you. Girlish duplicity and the Pontolba's plots prove nothing. Well, we shall see. But reveal 8 questions. Famous defendant. I guess you have to put these together. So I have like 7 of these and only 6 of these. So thus one of them is a trap. I guess this is testimony. Incorrect length. Oh no. This is accusation? Okay. But it was a testimony. Break-in in the tenement. Multiple complaints. This could be a trap. What do those things matter? This method? It is. And rape has another one as well. Offender's personality. Yes. His motive? No. Oh, this guy's motive. Okay. Four more questions. I think this is the trap. Maybe. Or maybe this. Offender's personality. Yeah, okay. So it wasn't that one. Rape accusation? Yes. So there are 2 more. And these 3. Testimony? Yes. Okay. About his testimony? Yes. Excellent. Plenty of questions to go either way. Influence them towards the guillotine. It's like nothing for prison. Let's go with this one, the neutral one or whatever. Call Anne Michelle as a witness. Let's see. Citizen, your name? Anne Michelle, Miss Elodie's governess. What do you know about the case? What do you know about the case? He bet is guilty and should be killed. He used our relationship to get closer to the Baron's daughter and hurt her. Oh. Your relationship? What do you mean? He knew exactly when the servants had the day off and when the Baron left the Legislative Assembly. Or the Legislative Assembly. Did he learn those facts from you? Not likely. He paid me several visits at the Baron's Pomba's house. It did not occur to you that he may use this knowledge against the Baron's family? I see. Did the Baron know about these meetings? No, the Baron had more important things to worry than the personal lives of his servants. Did you neglect your duties and stop looking after the victim? So right now they're at the... Oh, okay, so it is a scale. And right now they're at the... Put him in jail, but close to cut his neck off. So did you neglect your duties? That day the Baron ordered me to take care of the house. Miss Elodie did not have any classes and was spending time in her room. Did you not hear the accused entering the building? No, I was busy in the kitchen. I wasn't alerted until I heard the sounds of struggles. I find it baffling that you didn't hear anything before then. I can explain that. Can't explain that, but I was making a lot of noise while cooking. Is washing the house not one of your responsibilities? Yes, it is. But I can't be in two places at once. Oh. That somewhat eased them out of it. So in the logic of the game, I should try to free this guy. With the questions that I discovered, so that I may please both those things. I wonder if that would anger my wife or something. Today I set free a rapist, etc. We will see. Let's see if we can convince us or the jury that he's innocent. How did you break into the tenement belonging to the Baron Pum? Why would I break in? I used the back door. How did you know about that entrance? The Baron's daughter told me. She also informed me that her beloved father and most of the servants weren't at home. She told you to visit her for that specific purpose. She was giving clear signs. All aristocrats are whores. Jesus. Are you saying that you came to the Baron Pomba's house at the invitation of the victim? That young bitch promised me a nice afternoon. She explained everything in detail. Did she? Let Jeanne go. Quiet, people, the judge is beginning to understand. Remain calm and he will soon let me go. That pushed them into the thing. Did you find a particular pleasure in the abuse of women? Why would I abuse women when these are the nicest things? When there are nicest things to do with them. Nicer things to do with them, too. Well, unless they like it. Are you suggesting the victim wanted to be raped and bitten? I didn't force her to do anything. I definitely didn't beat her. The medical examination clearly proves she was injured. Better ask De Pomba, who battered her. He was furious when he found out who was in bed with his sweet daughter. Oh. Are you suggesting he assaulted his daughter because she consorted with you? It wouldn't surprise me. Aristocrats do worse things than beating their own children. Okay, and the last one. Did you know that Baron de Pontomba is a relative to the deceased governor of Leone? No, but that explains a lot. The whole case has conjured up by de Pombaba. He wants to get rid of me because I freed France from a tyrant. The Leone's family should have been executed a long time ago. So you would not call rape an instrument in the war against the monarchists? Jesus. Monarchists should be decapitated, and their daughters should be thanking the heroes of the revolution. That's right. Silence, we're talking about a young girl who's raped. Okay. So right now, at this point, we can free him. The jury would not be against us, and these guys would like it as well. We do have a lot of more negative questions. Death penalty. We could have pushed for death penalty and that would have really hurt us. Buddhism not so much. And acquittal they both like it. Long live. Report. What? Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? I never seen this before. How did the defendant explain the signs of the assault on the body? Her father beat her. Counter-revolutionary? No. Did the defendant attempt to explain the background? He claimed he never touched the victim. He doesn't claim that. He doesn't remember he was intoxicated. No, he said it was the victim who initiated. Okay, we'll say that. Let's see if this guy signs. Not guilty. Take the defendant away. I must admit that his guilt was not clearly confirmed. Bravo. This is the France we fought for when storming the Bastille. The judge is one of us. Correct answer. Oh, I have to pick the correct answer. 3 out of 3, good job. Oh, because the prosecutor... Okay. One of us! One of us! Oh, no, us. Let's move on. Due to the establishment of the Revolutionary Tribunal, we need to prepare an official stamp. I was told to ask you, citizen, because President Devoyer is indisposed. Official. How much did he drink? He was not able to say, shall we? Okay. Design my stamp. Does it matter? It might matter. This is the fleur-de-lis, I think. And this is the Roman one. I think this is the Greek olive branch. Don't know what that is. Probably doesn't matter though. You can put a raven, a cock, a serpent, almost like the medicinal one, battle axe. Oh, this is definitely the Roman one. It is the... what are like the 12 things wrapped around? The justice scales, a book, that thing, an owl. Interesting. This one with the gun in the hands. Jesus. Oh, that one has cannons on it. I'll put the one with a gun. And the... oh, this is the... sure, that will do. And on top we will put the olive branch. And on the bottom... ah, olive branch from the other side. Thank you for your time. I know it's late. I should be ready tomorrow. Influence on the people under revolutionary. Evening of gambling. You should spend some time with your father every now and then. Show him the world. Perhaps he'll get a taste for it. Ah, with my daddy. Evening stroll. You take your family for an evening stroll around Paris. It will let your father stretch his old bones a little. Demonstrations. Take of your 2 sons to a pro-revolutionary demonstration. Let them see real life up close. That might help with this guy who's falling dangerously close to the red there. Paragraphs and codes. He needs to learn the law. The law can be an art on itself. I don't think he would like that. Work on tomorrow's trial. Oh, it's with the colors. No, this is the first time I realized it. Derp. It's like a greenish bluish color around them and red to the others. They will all like that except the guy that needs to stretch his bones. That's hilarious. The guy that needs to stretch his bones would not like that. Okay, we'll take the 2 kids to the revolutionary thing. Father doesn't like that. Kid likes it a bit. Mother doesn't like that. And Now the kid pushes all the others. Neat. Mr. Burrell. Tragically, we are losing control of the streets. People feel betrayed by the king, and some believe him to be a spy trying to elude justice. Special means are being recommended when suppressing unrest. We only need an opinion from the judges to make sure we are working legally. In other words, you need a blessing to shoot the protesters. People cannot control their emotions and are hurting other citizens as a result. Look at the window. Next time, they might do something worse than just throw rocks. Oh yeah, they broke the windows. It pains us to see unrest growing in the streets of Paris. Commander-in-Chief has informed us that the Guard is no longer able to control the situation through peaceful means. It is recommended that we allow more immediate methods to protect the innocent civilians. Let us reject. The authorities should not use force against the people. If it has to, it has already lost. I do not approve. Oh, I need to stamp this one. With my my revolutionary seal there. Without this document, we can only wait for the citizens of Paris to start killing each other. I hope you know what you are doing. The convention may have issued that decree, but I have no doubt it was Robespierre's idea. Mr. Robespierre might not like it. Very tricky. And he told me now. The mob wanted to act as both judge and jury again, and hang people from the street lamps. Poor Pochard was almost hanged. Claude Pochard? Exactly, the beloved tutor of Frederick. You had to dismiss him after the incident with the oath of the clergy, did you not? Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. A little break. Okay, I'm back. Citizen Klaus here is going to be eating a banana in your ears. And, yeah, I'm feeling a bit peckish. You know, there is a course of etiquette in China which costs something like $16,000 to take. And it teaches the children and the ladies of the upper class of Chinese aristocrats, I suppose, wealthy Chinese people, how to properly eat fruits and food and stuff. The part that I saw, someone was teaching one of these Chinese ladies was being taught how to eat a banana with a fork and a knife. It's a very interesting technique. Apparently, the rest of us are eating bananas like monkeys. But if you have a fork and a knife, you cut the top and the end, then you make a lateral slice in the middle, you peel, and you cut little rounds of that, like, like you would cut a carrot, yeah? And then you take one of those and you eat it. I assure you, this is what I'm doing right now. 100%. What are you doing? The trial is about to begin. It's about Monsieur Pochard. News travels fast. He's been accused of counter-revolutionary activities. You know him. It can't be true. Not so simple. Leave before someone hears us. Papa, please. Go home. Eat a banana. You feel better. Think about the family. For once, at least. Papa. Oh no. Nobody's going to like this. Oh, the family would like me to free him. The revolutionaries want him in prison. The common folk want him in the head position. Your song adores you. Good. Well, the people, I think, very highly of me so far, so we can disappoint them if we want. Claude Pochard, a 26-year-old vicar and tutor, son of a cobbler, believes in Enlightenment ideals. After refusing to adjure the civil constitution of the clergy, he was removed from his parish, prohibited from carrying out his duties, and sentenced to banishment. Despite this, he stayed in Paris and continued his work as a tutor, which he started before 1789. Pochard was captured in the street by fortuitous circumstances. A guard officer present during his trial a few months ago recognized him and did not hesitate to act. Following an investigation, Pochard was accused of spying and spreading counter-revolutionary propaganda in order to prepare a foreign intervention that would end the revolution. Correspondence with the Archbishop Jean-Arsène de Breteuil, as found in a room Pochard had been renting from Marie Guillemette. In it, the clergyman asked for information about unrest and supporters of the monarchy in hiding. Richet was also found, a golden chalice, and a reliquary. What's this button do? Oh, it's not a button. Okay. Wait. Oh. Yeah. Why don't you just put it in 2 pages? Jesus. Counter-revolutionary and treason. Moreover, the director of one of the orphanages, Claude Tautain, testified that the tutor would question the law of the revolution in front of the students, stating that it was less important than the laws handed down by God. As evidence, a letter. Dear Claude, remember to stay strong in your faith and complete your duties with dignity. Tell me how your brothers in faith are doing, as well as the Church in these desperate times. May God protect you. This is bad evidence. Okay. Sorry, I'm cutting up my banana in little pieces. Espionage has to be counter-revolutionary, right? Yes. Okay. Spreading propaganda? Accused of spying and spraying the order. Prepare for foreign invasion. Well, that's also counter-revolutionary. And something else? Accusation? A letter to the... the letter. This should be evidence. Yes. Okay. Church rights. Course of events. Prohibited from carrying out his duties. Banishment. This thing. It's the course of events, right? Yes. Okay. This should be course of events as well. No. Parish priest. His personality? Okay. Okay, 3 more. Church rights. Accusation? No. Tutor. His personality? Yes. Because he is my tutor as well. Oh, that's cool. That means this thing is only evidence. And this one is the last one accusation. Whew! We managed to get all of them. Please introduce yourself. Monsieur le Judge, you know me. State your personal information. Claude. You stand accused of spying for the counter-revolutionaries and criticizing the existing order. Do you admit to these crimes? I am innocent. The accusation is exaggerated and comes from the ill will of the accusers. Suggesting that the revolutionary government is acting in ill will, typical of a priest. What do you teach? Caregivers in orphanages only pay for reading and writing lessons. So why did the accused teach children that the God's law stands above that of the Republic? The Republic, honey! I stand with the Republic! You spread superstition and counter-revolutionary propaganda. This is a misunderstanding. The children I teach are unable to understand such complicated matters. The accused's explanation further incriminates him. If they are unable to understand the topic, why does he even discuss it? The church spreads ignorance and takes our money. I was only answering the question from the director of the orphanage. I said that God's law stood above my banishment. It is God's law that prohibits me from leaving the country. I have a duty. How about we summon the witness? Citizen, what is your name? Marie Guillemette, Monsieur le Judge. Oh, now it shows us here. So he's right now for the prison. We could set him free. The witness, was the witness aware that she was renting a room for an unsworn Catholic priest? Did the accused maintain extensive correspondence? Meaning, did he receive many letters? I don't remember any letters with his name. Perhaps he had a rich social life? Did he entertain many guests? I don't remember anybody visiting him at all. He wasn't there most of the time anyways. He just used the room to sleep. Where would he go? I don't ask my guests things like that. Did he pay his rent on time? Sometimes I had to threaten to kick him out, but eventually he would say he would pay. So the accused did not strike you as a person who has a substantial amount of money to operate or spend freely. No, he lived like a poor man. I mean, a normal fellow would never get rich from teaching. That went down. They are currently at prison. Oh, we need... This is further punishment. This is why the report is here. We need to ask enough questions so we can answer these for the report. Oh, you would also not believe how you have to eat an orange. Same as the banana on a plate. You have to cut it, cut the... what is it? Oh, how would you say shell? The shell of it. Anyway, you have to cut that shell like a flower. With petals and stuff. Did the defendant confess his crimes? No. What valuables was seized from the defendant? I have no idea. Where were the traitors whom the defendant was corresponding with located? Spain, Switzerland, England. Where did the defendant corrupt the people of Paris? Okay. It's kind of forcing me towards this. Can I can see. It's kind of curious that the revolutionaries and the people are so opposed sometimes. Curious, I say. Acquittal. Everybody would hate acquittal. We have to go towards prison, man. What stipend does the teacher receive? Should probably look here for these things. Where does that thing? You just found a letter. Oh, also golden chalice and a requiem. Forgot about that. Yeah. Where did the dude corrupt people? In the orphanage. Forbidden masses. We are about to find out about that one. It doesn't say who the dude's in. Doesn't say any countries. Why did the accused continue teaching instead of leaving France? My duty is to help others. Your knowledge is Catholic propaganda. I prefer Catholic values. What information did the accused manage to convey to Archbishop de Breteil? None. I have no connection with the Archbishop. Why would he be interested in a parish priestess's help? What about your letters? We have it in our files. You have received instructions from the Archbishop. Pope's dog. Behead the traitor. It's a simple letter, not instructions. And it is not from the Archbishop, but from my parish priest in Conflans. That is true, Jean Arsene. Where he be now? Ah, Switzerland. Okay. I know only that he planned to leave for Switzerland. He may have changed his mind. That's why I never thought to respond to the letter. What a coincidence. Archbishop de Breteil resides in Switzerland. It is indeed a coincidence. Many clergymen reside in Switzerland. Lock him up. Okay. So we have the country. When and where? I guess it's in the... Let's do this one. There are no churches where I could do that. What then the purposes of the chalice and the requiem possessed by the accused serve? Yes, so we're asking him about the masses. Private religious practice. You are prohibited from administering the sacraments. It is not sacrament, merely prayer. The declaration of the right of man and the citizen allow me to pray. You should be familiar with the document. This is besides the point. By promoting superstition in the progressive country, you are spreading secession. Okay. The accused traveled extensively around Paris department. To what end? Each, I find students. Doing that requires time and effort, I admit. So why you receive gold from your fellow conspirators abroad? He travels around France to spy on people. The only money I see comes from my students' caregivers. It is not at all immodest. So where did the riches found in your room come from? They are liturgical accoutrements. I saved them from the plunder of the church in Campagne. I would rather go hungry than sell them, than have a thief, peddler of superstition. Okay, that went down. I think it's enough. I think we'll just say here with the orphanage. And we'll say no. And we will do this verdict so we put these guys a bit further up. This guy is wanted. Yes. So prison it is. Sentence him to prison. Okay. He saved the priest. He showed mercy to an enemy of the revolution. He ought to have been killed. I have nothing else to say. All these were correct. Good job. A reputation repulse, +1 reputation, +1 influence. Influence of the jury. I sort of went with the jury. Let's move on. Someone's hand. Traitor.
One fool spewed out one word too many. The other fired a musket. They fought for freedom. Each for their own. The man who was forbidden to shoot. Commander Buell paid the highest price for our decisions. The defender who kept watch over ordinary citizens, but was denied the right to protect himself. Whether I like it or not, his death is also my fault.
Yeah, I didn't spear him, dude. I think the guy that speared him had a bit more to do with his death. Also, I don't think I said anywhere that he couldn't defend himself. Now he died. Made a nice little profit. There is a chance of prosperity. Why would the Renault family want to take over your shop, Grandpa? For profit and power. It's always the same, and it's no different in these times. Today is about equality, so that not only the aristocrats can live with dignity. Grow up, boy. I only saw the truth when they attempted to sentence my son, your uncle, to death. It suddenly dawned upon me that the only thing that mattered were the power I never had, the connections I never cared for. You wanted to be righteous, with the injustice spread like a plague. You should not be worried. You should not be sorry for that. I am not. But I would rather your brother live so that I still had 2 sons. Oh, Jesus. You had a brother, Daddy. Where is he? He died a long time ago, before you were born. Why did he die? Don't talk so much while eating. Your uncle went to war and died in battle. Your generation will soon realize the extent of the damage he inflicted upon the world. In the past, decent people like Pochard never had to worry about courts and tribunals, but now... do you ever consider the possibility that Pochard was guilty? No, not Mr. Pochard. He was no guiltier than any of us, son. Keep an eye on the coins. The influence of my actions in court. It fell for this guy, it fell for her, it fell for him. Fell for everybody. Why did it fall for him? Oh, because he's part of the family. Even though he is a revolutionary, and they liked my decision. Work for the trial. You will unlock more question effects in court. Ooh, interesting. Night at the Opera. There are plenty of new play opening on the stage the Comédie Française. It's a good chance to take a breather from reality. And he likes it. Okay. Political debate. Daddy's going to hate us even more. Reading together. They all like it except the big boy. Demonstrating. Last time I took these two studios to demonstrating. Whatever I do, Daddy will hate us. Oh no, except reading. He likes reading. Okay, let's take these two to the theater. Ooh. And we have ourselves a new trial. We're at positive with both of them, which is nice. Revolutionaries want them halved, the other guys want him dead. Oh, prison doesn't satisfy any of them. Acquittal brings these to switch sides. I wonder if I can say a verdict. I can, before the jury reaches a verdict. Be quite interesting. But we won't have questions here. Anyway, I think that's enough for today with the revolutionary pulse and all. We'll go back to chopping heads in no time. Maybe tomorrow. Have a good night.